Hey guys, so this is a really long overdue video, but this is how I sugar my face. Not my entire face because it's just not necessary at this point, but you get it. This is my process. So as you've probably heard me say before, you want to start off with clean skin. So since I'm very combination, I am going to do a face mask because this is going to absorb all of that excess oil because sugar does not stick to moisture, aka sweat, and or oil. And I don't like to rely on, like harsh cleansers to do that. So this is bentonite and I'm mixing it with apple cider vinegar. And you'll also notice that I don't mix it to like a paste consistency. I want this to be thin, like runny. And this is just kind of personal preference because it's going to be easier for me to remove later. Hair goes up, mask goes on. I'm going to slather this all over my face. I even put it in my eyebrows, along my hairline. I get it into them sideburns. And if you are doing your sideburns, make sure that you really take it down the jaw because you might likely have some hair growing here as well. If you don't see it, it may just be kind of light. So bring it down is what I'm saying. Just bring it down. So as you guys can see, the texture is very thin, and this is because I ain't got all day. So yes, one of the benefits is that this will dry quickly, and also it's actually going to rinse off a lot easier as well. You won't have any patches that are like semi-dry, semi-wet, like putty. You don't have to put in much effort. Or feel free to follow it with a cleanser. I just like to err on the side of, not doing too much. Clay's already drying, so I don't feel like I need to use soap. So now I will just let my face like air dry. I'm also taking a little bit of cornstarch on my cotton round and just patting that onto the lip to again make sure that the skin is actually dry. You don't want any moisture on your skin, guys, because water melts your sugar, so it won't stick, and that is how sugar wax works. That is what makes it so effective, the fact that it is sticky. And as you can see, my hair is not all that visible. It's almost undetectable, even this close up to my face, as uncomfortable as that makes me. But I wanted to make sure you guys could really see what I'm doing, so you're welcome for the macro. Please be nice. Now, since this hair is vellus hair, meaning it is soft, fine, I am using strip sugar. I first want to address the direction that you should be applying your sugar in. So this is an example of what you don't want to do. My hair isn't growing from the cupid's bow to the outer top lip on a diagonal. Only the very corner of it is. The rest of the hair on my upper lip is growing down. You'll notice that some of my hair is actually falling. So this is another sign for me that I am either one, not applying my sugar correctly, or number two, that I'm using the wrong type of sugar. Because if it's not sticky enough to hold my hair in place, then it's not going to be sticky enough to grip to actually remove the hair. This sugar I have not heated. This is just the consistency of it because it has more water in it. However, it is also summer. The conditions that I'm working in are too hot. So my body temperature plus the environment are melting my sugar, which basically is going to make it feel softer than it actually is. Again, the only way to know the true texture of your sugar is the consistency at room temperature, and that's going to be around about 70-ish degrees. So now I'm going to apply my strip and smooth it in the same direction that I applied my sugar. Hold the skin as taut as possible. Because remember, this is how you prevent bruising. You will cause injury to your skin from the G-force of pulling that strip off if you don't first hold your skin tight. This is extremely important when you're waxing any part of your body. And I just use that same strip to do the entire area. And that's it. I just wipe down the area to make sure that there's no residual sugar or stickiness on my skin. You can just use water. I believe here I'm using like rose water or orange blossom water. Then we're going to move on to the sideburns. And the first step in this, at least for me, is edge control. You need to make sure that you actually lay down all of the hair that you don't want to remove. And again, we're going to powder because even though my skin is completely parched at this point, you can start producing oil and your face can start sweating. And then although my sideburns are long, I think that you can see that the majority of my hair is actually growing back on a diagonal towards my ear. So what are we going to do? Apply in the opposite direction of growth towards my cheek. And I was really trying to capture the angle of my spatula, but hopefully you guys can see I'm kind of holding it at a 45-degree angle, and I'm applying several times because I'm not only molding the hair, but I'm really making sure that I get all of the excess sugar off. And so that's why you can still see some sugar on my spatula. I'm applying the sugar very thin, like paper thin. Again, I'm going to apply my strip, and you're going to smooth again in the direction that you applied your sugar. And then I like to fold the ends of my strip if they're like a little bit long, just because when I go to grab my handle, I want it to be a very comfortable, kind of tab. And again, we want to hold our skin taut. So I'm going to position my hand right behind my tab, which means in this area, that's going to be like the top of my cheekbone. So as you can see, we got all that pinky. And again, I'll just rinse it either with water, botanical water, witch hazel, whichever you prefer. Whatever you use, just want it to be gentle. And then lastly, I'm just gonna go between my eyebrows, because what other hair do I need to remove? You guys can see I'm clearly not blessed in that department. So since this hair grows up towards the forehead, I'm going to apply down towards the tip of the nose, and then of course remove it in the direction that it naturally grows, always making sure that I hold my skin taut. I attempted to show you guys the strip, but I'm not sure if you're actually seeing anything. If you do, put a band-aid emoji in the comment section. And before I saw this footage, I actually didn't even notice how badly I needed to wax this area. Like, it looks so much cleaner in the after. The last step that I do, which I unfortunately didn't get on camera, is that I just apply a couple of drops of a simple oil. I use jojoba oil, but you can use whatever you have on hand, because the sebum that your skin naturally creates, in addition to helping to keep your skin moisturized, also protects it from harmful bacteria. So I do want to replace that. So again, just cleanse with water or whatever your toner is, and then apply your simple oil, and you're done. I hope this was helpful to you guys. You got it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And in the next video, I'll show you guys how to sugar your legs at home. Get all them angles and everything.